Hello, everyone. I think this is working. Oh, there you are. Hello. Hi. Welcome to a very odd invocation. I find it hilarious and fun and overall amusement at the ridiculousness occurring right now. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, you guys can see me. That's all I wanted to know. Let me know when you're here. I am doing this live stream as my prayer. Honestly, this is my prayer for you. If you are still believing that everything that's going on in this world isn't a reflection of the shadow consciousness, all of the dark, unconscious, taboo, secret, hated, all of that part of society that we have kept closed up, playing itself out loud and clear for us to see, then you're missing the point. So the reason why I did this live stream, sorry, I have to do my little thing where I can't see myself. It drives me nuts. I end up looking at myself and not the camera. I posted something, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw it, about President Trump and how hard it must be to deal with it. And the reason why I posted it was because, as you guys know, I have a personal goal, a personal drive, a feeling, a hunger in my belly to hold that office one day. Now, do I believe that I'm going to actually be holding the office of the President of the United States of America? I don't know if it's going to be that specific office. As an American, it's the only office that I can relate to when I think of being a leader on a global stage, representing my country, my people like me, people like me, as in just people, just people, to be able to represent the will of the people in regards to how that plays out in government. Okay, I am wearing a shirt. It says, "This is why we can't have nice things." And it's a picture of a government building. Okay, please do not ever, 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 ever think that I agree with how 99% of our government works. Okay, I am for a free society. I also am a lover of anthropology and of psychology and of ancient civilizations. And as far as my research has come, I have yet to find a human society that didn't have some sort of leadership, that didn't have some sort of high tribe council, that didn't have some person or persons that were the decision maker of whether or not wrongs done against the tribe warranted the person who wronged them being exiled. And back in the day, if you got exiled, that means you were getting eaten by a wildebeest, right? So, because of this, I have a very, 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 very high level of respect for any person capable of holding that leadership position. Do I agree with the way that things are being done in this country? Absolutely not. Do I agree that President Trump was not fast enough on the ball for quarantine or whatever it is you want to call it? I honestly, that's something that I can't be a judge to because I didn't have the information that he was privy to. I can't decide that I'm going to have done it better because I wasn't there. I don't know all of the information that he was presented. But I can think about what it would be like if I was presented that information, and I would probably be feeling overwhelmed. I would be looking for answers, trying to find my support system, okay? And I might end up wearing that as a mask, okay? And playing it off. So I'm not going to sit here and defend Donald J. Trump. I could never do that. I don't agree with the way that he acted before he was president. I was super pissed off when I heard about the whole grab him by the pussy thing. I literally stopped nursing my son, the same week that Trump was elected because he was old enough to do like the drive-by nursing. If you've ever been a mom who nurses, you know what I'm talking about, like where they're like, don't care about you, then all of a sudden they want the titty and you pop it out, you start nursing them for like 4 seconds, the letdown hasn't even happened, they're already gone. I was so pissed. I was done. I was like, no, no. I cannot deal with any more chauvinistic, entitled men right now because that's how I felt. I felt being used. I felt abused. That was 2016. I was a totally different person then. In 2016, I didn't know the vastness of my soul. I didn't understand that I was a impermanent consciousness who had incarnated into consciousness. I didn't understand that the whole purpose of my life has been to learn how to beautifully hold the paradox of pain and pleasure, hot and cold, rich and poor, scarce and bounty, constriction and freedom, desire and rejection. Polarity is what makes our existence exist. We are all here incarnated on Earth to experience it all. So when I sit there and I watch President Trump talk about how his ratings are through the roof, and I feel that like tinge of anger of like, this asshole, you don't even fucking understand shit. Do you? And I start to feel the anger. And then I say, ooh, I'm fucking pissed. Interesting. Why? Why am I allowing someone else's behavior to cause a reaction in my body? I am a sovereign being. I get to decide how I feel. We're going to get there, Shailene. I promise we're going to get there. Okay, so I'm pissed. Interesting. So this is where the work of Debbie Ford from Dark Side of the Light Chasers comes into. Okay, she talks about doing a lot of mirror work. You guys have heard me talk about mirror work, how I went from a size 14 to a size 8 in 12 weeks as soon as I was able to really start integrating parts of myself. But Debbie Ford talks about it is harder for you to admit that you're beautiful than it is to admit that you're ugly sometimes. Right? It's actually easier for you to look into a mirror and say, I am ugly. So the gist of her practice is you sit down and you look at a mirror and you think about anything at all. I am ugly. And you sit there and you stare at the mirror, gazing in your eyes. I am ugly. I am ugly. I am ugly. And you keep saying it, tears falling or laughter or disgust, whatever feeling, you allow the feelings to keep moving through until eventually you're able to say it and there's just nothing. Like you don't have an emotional response. With that, okay? So if what I don't like, and then you can do it with I am beautiful, I am beautiful, I am beautiful, I am beautiful, I am beautiful. And you say that until again, you're not lit up and feeling great. you feel neutral. And you've now taken both polarities of that degree of beauty, because beauty and ugly are just varying degrees of the same thing. And you've reconciled them. You just are. Yeah, you're fucking ugly and hideous, and you're also magnificently beautiful. Okay? And then you get to choose which one of those you want to be an expression of. So narcissism, that's the thing that most people can't stand about Trump, because they have been in narcissistic relationships. They have been in situations where they were propped up just to be pushed back down, and they're victimized by it. You feel like you're a victim to the life that, hold on, wait a second, what did I say at the beginning? You chose. You chose to be here. Your divine, holy, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipotent self, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent self, got bored floating around in the cosmos and decided to incarnate onto Gaia, which is the pleasure planet of duality. I need to know how to learn and own my own narcissism so that it doesn't control me, so that it doesn't pop up and take over parts of my life, because I'm unwilling to accept that a part of me is narcissistic, that a part of me is a murderer, that a part of me is a rapist. Because as much as you want to stay shining, I am love, I am light, I am peace. If you want to scream that from the rooftops for the rest of your life, but you are unwilling to ever admit that deep down a part of you would actually enjoy knowing what it's like to be dark, then you are fake. You are a fraud. You are a liar. You have no integrity, because you don't know the fullness and vastness of your potentiality. I don't support President Trump. I love him for being my mirror. Every single thing that I used to despise about him, I laugh about now. I can watch him and I'm not really laughing at him. I'm like, wow, I'm fucking triggered. I am so triggered right now. What the fuck? I am allowing that guy to get into, oh my Jesus, I have some shadow work to do. And then I take the time to write down the personality traits that are bothering me about him. And you can do this with Trump. You can do this with Morrison. You can do this with Boris, like whoever the fuck you want. Whichever. Yeah, with Hitler, with Mussolini. You cannot know the vastness of pleasure until you have recognized the vastness of suffering. You cannot understand freedom until you have been a slave and trust and believe that you are a slave to your unconscious. The more you try to fight, the more you try to hate, the more you try to judge and justify your way is better than mine, the more you stay fragmented. The more you are a broken piece of mirror instead of a multifaceted diamond, a singing crystal, a Merkaba, a philosopher's stone, someone in human form capable of manipulating time and space and matter and energy and creating magic, turning lead into gold, turning poison into medicine. We all know the old proverb, right? What's the proverb? It's often attributed to Buddha, but I've seen it by a lot of people, so I just call it a proverb. Holding on to hate is like drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. Holding on to hate, so the amount of hate you have for me right now, the amount of disgust that you have for me right now, the amount of vilified rage that you have for me, for Trump, for the coronavirus, for the 5G, for whatever the fuck conspiracy theory you're on right now, for the sex trafficking, for the rape, for the murder, for all of that, all of those things that you hate so much that you want to break your fucking phone right now, because I love it all. Because I incarnated into duality to experience it all. And I am so fucking happy that it is finally right out there for us all to see. How many things has he shed a light on that we didn't even know existed, that were even a thing? How many of us were complacent as fuck when Obama was the president? Didn't even care about how the government worked. And now we are showing up to rallies. We are using our voice. We are making the change and demanding it. None of the good that has been done over the last 4 years would have happened if Trump wasn't standing there as a fucking mirror for all the things that we can't stand about our society. Do not ever think that I support his policies. I believe in freedom. I believe in love. I believe in unity, which means having a united will, which means I will not be a subject to my unconscious hatred, to my unconscious desires. Yeah, I've been able to play around with what it would feel like if I was Trump, like actually Trump. And to be able to love and accept all of what that must mean to be him. That doesn't mean I'm voting for him or that I ever did. It doesn't mean that I support any of what's going on right now in the government. That's why I want to be in government, so that I can help change it. Existential Kink is a book that takes Debbie Ford's Dark Side of the Light Chaser and puts it on fucking steroids. Because she takes the Jungian philosophy, the Jungian, Carl Jung, all y'all fucking light workers love to talk about shadow work, and you refuse to actually do the real shadow work, which is to be able to hold paradox, which means to be able to find a pleasurable experience and then choose how you're going to then transmute that poison into medicine. How you're going to change that lead and that heaviness that you feel on your heart into pure gold. So I invite you to read Existential Kink, where she talks about all of this, talks about how we are here to experience duality. It's an amazing practice. It will change your fucking life if you're open to it, I promise you. It's changed my lives and thousands of other people's lives. Dark Side of the Light Chasers, Debbie Ford, she and Marianne Williamson are like BFFs. For anyone to stand in any capacity, whether they're charging for it or not, but honestly, if you're trying to make a coaching business and you have mad hate for President Trump, shut your doors, do the work. Don't take other people's money when you're a fucking fraud. I don't like Trump. Can't stand to fucking listen to him talk most of the time. But every time I do listen to him talk, and every time I feel inside of me that feeling of I can't stand you, I know that it's not him. It's me. I am the one creating it. I am all powerful. I am omniscient. I am omnipresent. So are you. I am not triggered by him the same way you are. You are triggered the way you are by him because of you. Your subjective experiences, your way of going through life, your lessons you've already learned. You are allowing this man to play a role. And the longer you feel victimized to him, instead of recognizing how fucking beautiful and powerful you are, that you're able to get your unconscious to play out for you like that so that you can integrate it and love it and embrace it and move the fuck on, shows that you're playing a victim. Shows that you don't understand sovereignty. Shows that you don't actually believe in what you post when you say that you understand why people do things. When you say that you're non-judgmental, and then you rip me a new asshole in my private messages because I posted that I could understand how hard it must be to be president, because being president of the United States of America is something that I have wanted to do since I was 8 years old. I'm a metaphysician and a magician who wants to publicly serve in government because I see the World War III that's happening is one in the fucking mind. 3D is stuck in fear of this coronavirus. There's a whole bunch of 4D global consciousness stuck in fear. There's a whole lot of us who recognize that this is a new opportunity for a golden age of miracles. If we could just be like Sekhmet, the goddess of rage and war, and focus our fucking rage for a second instead of being distracted. Instead of blowing it off at each other. People telling me that they won't follow me anymore because I posted a picture of him. That they can't believe that I would defend a murder. I didn't defend shit. I explained to you my experience. Because I know and understand that I am living in duality to learn how to hold polarity. Please tell me how that means I'm defending a murderer. The only person I'd ever defend for murder would be myself. Because yeah, there's a little bit of kinkiness of me that watched all the NCISs and all the bones, and all my friends know that if you need to get rid of a body, you come to me. But I don't have a conscious desire to do that. I don't even have an unconscious desire to do it anymore. It was one I was able to work through with EK in like 3 days. But it was still one that I integrated. Just like how I'm ugly, how I'm fat, how I'm stupid, how I'm worthless. I am unshameable, as in you cannot tell me how to feel about myself. Because I have done so much more inner work in the last 2 years than very successful gurus have done in 20. Because I'm not here to fuck around and waste time being a victim of a life that I created. I'm here to be a free world leader of a golden age of miracles, to be a golden dragon teacher, and to burn away all the lower energies that are keeping you trapped, to free you from the shackles in your mind that is telling you anything besides the fact that you are the creator of your life. And that all this stuff that's playing out is because you need to learn a lesson and your unconscious is trying so fucking hard to teach it to you. And you will not listen to your own divine will. You'd rather be a victim. You'd rather hold on to that poison. So this dragon invocation that we're going to do is to release all that poison. Dragon invocations, if you've never done one with me before, I do vocal toning. These are invocations that I offer one-on-one for people if they're trying to clear energies, heal trauma, get clarity on what they need, activate within them the crystalline DNA of understanding that they are philosopher's stone, recognize everything that I just taught you. This helps solidify that into you. You can do them one-on-one bespokely. But I often offer these global ones, these group ones, especially as a it's my way of alchemizing. It's my way of turning that lead into gold, turning that poison into medicine for everyone. I was thrown so much hatred today, and I had to check myself and recognize that if I'm going to stir the pot, I need to own the fact that I'm holding the fucking spoon, which is what this live stream is for. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know how I serve, and no one and nothing has power over me. Period. And if I start to feel victimized by anything, I get to do the work to change it. There ain't nobody out there that's going to save me. And I get to love every fucking minute of my existence. I get to thrive. I get to help thousands of people all over the world to thrive. I get to watch my children grow up because I don't have to be out there. I can work from the comfort of my home. I can learn about magic and hermeticism and then remember that I've already done all this for tens of thousands of lifetimes before. I'm here for the liberation of all beings. And that means that for a long time, you guys are going to think that I'm a crazy person spewing ridiculousness. And I have to be so fucking solid in who I am, what I am, how I serve, that it's okay that I stir the pot. I love that how many people were activated, invigorated, shaken up, that all those feelings came boiling to the surface, because now you have a chance to do the great work. Now you have a chance to transmute that shadow into love. Now you have a chance to blast out of your body all of the hatred, and instead of being hatred, pump out a giant, powerful ball of medicine into the collective, because you have now chosen to release animosity, anger, hatred, and rage towards someone that's just trying to reflect back to you pieces of yourself you're not willing to accept. So I don't care if you think about Trump or Boris or Morrison or Kim Jong-un or Hitler or Mussolini or Jeff Bezos, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. I don't care. All of the people who are raping children, all of the murderers. I don't care who it is that's in your mind right now. I want you to take all that feeling that you have towards them of being victimized, of them being a predator. Hold it. Don't run away. Hold all of that in your body. It doesn't feel good. It feels powerful, don't get me wrong, it does. But as Malala said, hate will never beat hate. Until you can find the inherent worth and dignity in every person, whether you want to or not, you will continuously be trapped in the cycle of samsara. You will be continuously trapped on the karmic wheel. Feel that hatred coursing through your body. Feel the sickness, the poison that you are allowing to occupy your DNA. Your holy temple is filled with this negative vibration, this lower, sickening, dense vibration, because you refuse to love and accept everyone for who they are, for what they are, and for how they serve. President Trump is my mirror, and he serves me so that I can integrate all those pieces so that by the time I can be president of the United States or leader of the free world, I know that those parts of me aren't self-sabotaging me. because I've integrated them, I've loved them, I've accepted them, but I choose not to act on them. Again, just because I am able to transmute my feelings towards the term grab him by the pussy does not mean I'm about to go around saying that term. Do you understand? Do you understand how powerful it is that you have free will choice on how other people affect you? And the power that you're allowing other people to have over you? And the power that that sick, hatred, poison feeling has in your body? Don't you want to let it go? Let's let it go. Let's change it. Let's shift from this low, negative, dense, heavy vibe and focus all of that rage and all of that anger into the liberation of all beings from the illusion of samsara. All beings from the illusion that they don't have choice. All beings from the illusion that we are not all gods playing a human game. Go ahead and close your eyes. And with the same amount of power that you have right now, I want you to just start allowing that feeling of hate and heaviness to just go. Whether or not you're seeing it come off of you as sparks or little bubbles, this is light. You're shifting the density into light. You are changing matter into energy. This heaviness is weighing on you, and you have the capacity to let it go. You have the ability to choose and do the next right thing, which is to love unconditionally. Light workers love the term unconditional love, but god damn, they got a lot of conditions on how you're going to get it from them. So go ahead and just feel that release as you receive this vocal toning. Again, this is light language, dragon tongue. It will not be understandable in English. We'll just put it that way. Or really any language. If some languages come out, it's not conscious. So nice deep breath. Nobody wants to hold on to anger. We have ways of focusing anger. Hell yeah, anger is a powerful tool. Hell fucking yeah, anger and rage can change this fucking world. But hatred? That's drinking poison. We don't want to do that. Ambiam bombere arioniam ambambe arioloto veadaga maniam bade anioyama Hagore mi anino Cristo mani guru Waheguru Maseda Satena Malapito Om Darala Tirio Om Tare Tu Om Ainiam Bambari Viali Andandaro Hegiambaye O Ayaro Eo Oh, 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 guru guru are sadalale ove ni angare ove odena guru Odena guru ambarangoro ve ore angarangongo om Wabaravare arolea abiri abareruru ibirioni abariyama irigama Eo Satnam. Amen. Go ahead and release your hands. You might feel some buzzing, some tingling. That's your higher self. I never, ever suggest that you ground after a dragon invocation. Dragons are pure potential energy. They are the ascending and descending energies. They are the kundalini. They are the epitome of holding paradox. So when you feel that buzz, that high after a dragon invocation, that's actually your normal vibration. That's your homeostasis. It's just that your ego thinks that your homeostasis is way, way lower, and it's not. So I invite you to do some mirror work. I invite you to go read those books. I invite you to go play in the sun. I invite you to love yourself, to love every single being for their inherent worth and dignity as aspects of the divine. We are all, each and every one of us, yes, even Donald Trump, we are all aspects of the Creator in full manifestation. It takes work. The great work is one that is not easily undertook. But to be able to stand in the knowing of your worth, knowing who you are, knowing what you are, knowing how you serve, and knowing all of that about every person who ever comes in contact with you, that's a superpower. It is magic. I love you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be with me, to talk about a pretty heavy subject, and to listen through this whole video. Hope you have a beautiful day.